Alright, I'll get my food. Well, hello, Chris. Thanks for being here this evening. So nice to see you. Hope you're doing well today. It's very, very humid here. It's like a sauna. Hey, Rosemary. Thank you for being here. You're feeling as well as you can right now, Rosemary. Well, hey, Bruce. Hello, Bruce. Thank you for being here. I was just going to come on and see who would feel like, I don't know, talking to me and cheering me up. Sometimes I need cheering up. Well, it's Catitude. Hello, Catitude. Thank you for being here this evening. Yeah, it's an off day, Chris. Of course, I think all my days now are off days. Not that anybody wants to hear about that. Hey, it's John. Hey, John, thanks for being here this evening. So nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, I think we have most of the cats here. We have Noir, Locket, Kazera, both of the Moos, both of the black cats, Princess, Ethereal, and little Zinfandel over here. Yeah, Chris, my days are not going to do anything but get worse as this situation continues. But it is what it is. I got to deal with it. I don't have a choice. The only way through it is to go through it. Isn't that a saying? The only way through it is to go through it. Oh, but it is sticky, sticky. It's like the dew point's like 75 or 76. It is oppressive out here. Oppressive. Supposed to be much cooler tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay. There we go. Yes, it's supposed to rain late like tonight, Rosemary, and into the early morning. And the temperature is supposed to drop. So I am looking forward to it. Only in the low 80s tomorrow. Yay! Right now it is miserable. Soon summer will be over, hopefully. Thank you all for being here. I really needed someone to talk to. Just feeling lonely. Just feeling lonely. Maybe I won't be very good company. I'll do my best. I think most of our rain is supposed to be mostly north of the interstate. We'll wait and see and hope for the best. Oh, we got cars going by. That's probably all young people going by, going out for the evening. It's Friday after all. Well, I think a cat's always hungry, aren't they, Catitude? That's just being a cat. You can't hardly fill them up. Yep, you can't fill them up. Yep, more traffic on a Friday night. I think it's people who are going out. And there's nothing to really do except ride around. They used to circle the Sonic. That's what I was told. That they used to, when the teenagers, was to drive around the Sonic, the loop around the Sonic. I don't know if they do that anymore. Well, hello to Buku. I'm so sorry if I said your name to Buku, but thank you for being here this evening. I truly do appreciate it. I think Moo is getting full. He's walking away. Yes, Moo has finished his dinner. He's leaving. They're slowing up. They're getting slow. So maybe they're getting about done with their dinner. No, to Buku, unfortunately, I do not have ginger cats. About 20 years ago, I had a lot of ginger cats. In my past, I think I had about 8 ginger cats at one time. And my mother could never tell them apart, my ginger cats. She says, "This is some orange cat." And I'm like, "Well, no, they have different patterns and different tails, and each cat is different." I'm like, "Just because it's orange doesn't mean it's the same. Some have different stripes," and she couldn't tell them apart. And I tried to write, show her, like, here, do I need to write it down? Like, this is Punky, and this is Patsy, and this is Kendi and Ziwi, and she's like, she said they just look like the same cat to me. What my mother would say. She wasn't really that big of a cat person, but I do like every color cat. I always end up with what cat I end up with. I've never went out there and pursued getting a cat. Tabuku, I have never heard that about snakes and cats. That's a new one. Yeah, I've never went out and said, "Hey, I'm going to go get me a cat." Or could somebody give me a cat? Or cats always just seem to happen to me. Well, hello, Susanna. Thank you for being here this evening. I think it's morning where you are, Susanna. Thank you for being here this evening. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you for the like. If everyone could, remember to give me a like. It will help YouTube push this out to more people. Maybe if something good happened to me on YouTube, that would cheer me up. I could get some sort of self-validation through YouTube. It's Judy. Oh, it's okay, Judy. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good walk, Judy. A good walk is what we all need. A good walk. I hear a squirrel fussing way off in the woods across the road. A cranky squirrel. So I think I have a few people here I know who are watching. And I was wondering if I wanted to ask a question. And I don't know how y'all feel about me asking y'all a question. And it's not a cat related question. Hey, it's DL. Hey, DL. Thank you for being here. So anyway, I have a question, and it's sort of a morality question in a way. And I don't, if y'all feel like answering the question or answering, telling me that maybe I felt the wrong way about something. How do y'all feel about that? Telling me, Tranquil, you're wrong, you're mistaken. Or you could say, Tranquil, we agree. Or do y'all just want to skip that and talk about cats and sunsets and flowers? what's the consensus here? Does anybody want to answer my question, or give me an opinion? I'm more like give me an opinion, or just skip it. I can totally skip it. Okay, Catitude says go for it. Okay, we need one more person to say go for it. I trust DL's opinion a lot. If DL might want to tell me. And this is about somebody else on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Okay, listen to the story carefully. This is a woman on YouTube, and she posts some cats, not necessarily a cat channel. She posts several different things, and she has come to my live stream once a long time ago. And anyway, she does a lot of funny filters on her shorts. She doesn't do them for her long form videos, but for her shorts, she does a lot of filters. And that might tell y'all who it is. A lot of filters with birds on her head, or funny faces, or beards, and she thinks she's being funny. Well, anyway, I'm like, yeah, that's not my kind of humor, but everybody tells her she's funny. So the other day she did one that was sort of like an older lady face with big glasses filter, and she's making a face, she called it her sourpuss face. And she says, this is what the waitress at the Longhorn Steakhouse was doing the other night. And then all of a sudden she saw us take out our money, and then she did this, and then the filter went to a giant, oversized, toothy grin, and then said, thank y'all, come back. And then the waitress got nice. Okay, our server. Now, I've never been a server myself, but I worked in the restaurant business for many years, and my best friend was a server for most of her life. And I think she was giving the server a hard time. Like, ha ha, the server was a sourpuss, and then we showed her some money, and then she smiled and was friendly, and da da da, and everybody in her comments was like, that's so funny. And people who are not in the restaurant business don't understand. Servers work for tips. Servers work for tips. Okay, it pissed me off. Her attitude about how she was making fun of a server pissed me off. Once again, I've never been a server. I've known a lot of servers. And I thought about going to her comments and saying, well, the woman was probably tired, and she was thanking y'all for giving her a tip, and you do know they work for tips. But I thought, and I'm like, you shouldn't have been making fun of a server for doing their job, and because they work hard. And I thought, well, but everybody else in her comments are laughing like, oh, yeah, that's how they are. That's how they act. And I'm like, they were all agreeing with her, and that they thought her little filter was fine. She's an older woman. She's probably in her 60s, or looks like she's in her 60s. Old enough to know better. And y'all might even know who she is, because I met her on a live stream. And I thought, well, I wanted to say something, but nobody else in her comments was agreeing, and I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm leaving it alone. It was rude, Judy. You probably even know who it is, Judy. Everybody says, oh, you're so funny. You're a hoot. And it was, her whole point of the video was to make fun of the server, even though she was doing it with the filter with the frowning mouth and then a big smiley mouth. And I thought that it's just rude. And I think so many people go out to eat just so they can be rude to servers, because it's their one and only opportunity to be bitchy to somebody else. That they're being rude to somebody because they've been rude to by their boss, their husband, whoever. And it's their chance to get to be boss and be rude. Yeah, DL, that's what I thought. Just leave it. Just leave it. Don't get involved. I thought about just saying, servers work for tips. I don't know. But so many people are rude to servers. Um, and they'll spit in your food if you're too rude. Yeah, that's right. My mother-in-law probably ate a lot of snot wads in her lifetime because she was rude to everybody. But I mean, yeah, if somebody's handling your food, be nice. Yeah, and I mean, the thing of it is, it's her channel, and she can do what she wants. But her silly filter videos always are coming up on my For You page. You scroll through, and like, there she is again, this grown-ass woman, probably in her 60s, doing these silly filters like she's a punk rocker. Y'all probably even know who I'm talking about because she does go on live stream sometimes. I met her on Sydney Cat's live stream, and she does other things, not just that. She does show her cats. She does show cooking. She grows flowers like me. And in the springtime, I commented on some of her flower videos. She had some irises, and if y'all don't know, this old girl is crazy about irises. If you're new to the channel, I have an iris obsession. Yeah, I agree, Judy, about the AI and real cats. Yeah. If you got, but no, the filters are only on herself. She does the filters on her face to become a character, a different character, and I'm like, and thing of it is, you think somebody at her age would know better, but my mother-in-law never learned better. My mother-in-law was always, and my father-in-law, both of them, they were partners in crime at being cruel to the wait staff. Uh, my father-in-law said one time he threw coffee in the waitress's face because she took too long to get it to him. And he thought that was cute and amusing that when she finally got his coffee to him, she's like, I don't want it now, and flung it in her face and thought that was funny. Which I would have had him arrested, but that's just me. And so anyway, I thought, well, I just thought about saying to her, well, servers work for tips. And, but I don't know. I like the DL says, just leave it alone. Because she's already made 100 videos since then. She puts out 2 or 3 of those silly filter videos every day. No, I don't think it's nice to be rude to anybody, Judy. I agree. It's free to be nice. It's free to be kind. Kindness is free. Yes, catitude. I agree. Waiters get the whatever crap somebody's been putting up with in their real life. People go out to eat and they take it out on their servers. Now I did. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all might think worse of me. I made somebody cry the other day, but it was unintentional. I didn't mean to make her cry, but I did make someone cry. And I apologized to her about 10 times. It wasn't a server, but if somebody was trying to explain something to me that I understood and I didn't need it explained to me, and I said, you don't need to explain it to me. And I guess I said it with a tone, and it upset the woman, but her reaction was over the top. So anyway, I felt bad. I was just telling her you don't need to explain anything to me. I just guess my tone was off. And, some people, you don't know what they're going through. You have to be careful with what tone you use. But, it is free to be nice and free to be respectful to everyone. Hey, it's Mr. Sonny! Mr. Sonny. Hey, Mr. Sonny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So nice to see you this evening. Yeah, Catitude, that is true. They're just bringing out the food. They do not work in the kitchen. So nice of you to stop by, Mr. Sonny. Always nice to see you. Hey, it's Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. I hope you are feeling better, Michelle. And look what we got going on here, y'all. Look at who is here for their after dinner snuggles. He is predictable, y'all. He eats and then he snuggles. Well, there's a few catitude, a few little kibbles, a few straggles behind. If they wanted more, they can get more. Little Noir is here, getting a little bit off the ground. Yeah, you guys to come over for your snuggle, your after dinner snuggles. Yes, always. Well, John, it could have been the cooks. It might not, it could have been the cooks. Because, like you say, she does not work in the kitchen. The servers do not work in the kitchen, John. As someone who I worked in the kitchen many a year, John. My previous life, I worked in the kitchen. Different incarnation of me. I have done a few different things, and I actually loved working in the kitchen. Loved it. Loved it. Um, see what we got going on over here. They're all resting now. So it could have been the kitchen. It's Charity. Hello, Charity. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. I hope you're doing well this evening, Charity. On this very hot, hot, and humid evening. Yeah, if there's something wrong with the food and, and something's behind, it's something going on in the kitchen, not the server. Yeah, I'm sure there is more to the story, John. But let me tell you, John, a plethora of things can go wrong in the kitchen. As someone who spent many years working in a kitchen, and I actually liked working in the kitchen. It was my favorite job was working in the kitchen. It really was. That was my favorite thing ever, favorite job I ever had to do. I really enjoyed it. And I still have dreams about it at night. I don't know if this is weird. Do y'all have dreams about something that was from a long, long time ago? Like you're still in school or you still live somewhere? Like, you think you're somewhere you used to live, or you dream about working a job you used to work, or you dream about someone who's passed away, but they're still alive. Hey, it's Angela. Hey, Angela, thank you for being here this evening. It's so nice to see you. Yeah, Rosemary, I have to say it was hot in the kitchen. Very, very, very hot. I still have those sometimes too, DL, that I'm back in high school. Yeah. And yeah, but I still have dreams. I'm in that kitchen and I can't keep up with the orders. And as far as though I was just talking about being nice to servers, here's another story. I got a waitress fired, but not as a customer, as someone who worked in the kitchen. Yes, I got someone fired. I'm not as nice as y'all think I am. I got a girl fired. Well, I didn't get her fired. Um, I didn't say fire her. I went to the person I worked for and I said, it's her or me. If I walk in the door tomorrow and she's still here, I'm walking out. I'm walking out. I will not work with this person. And I said, her or me? And because we had words, and the guy, the boss turned around, knew we'd had words. They were loud words, and they were not nice words. Chabuku, do your cats bring you things they can? Yes, usually snakes. It's usually snakes that they bring me. Everything else they eat. It's just, yeah, the cats bring snakes. There's Moo way over there. Yeah, I was working with this girl and she was fairly new. And she was cute. She was a cute girl. Cute girl. But she had an attitude and she took her attitude out on me. And at the time, let me think how old I might have been 19. I was probably 19. Maybe 20. And she sort of got snippy with me and I sort of explained something to her and then she got snippier and then I got loud. But we were in the middle of the rush and it was like go, go, go. And after the rush, I told the boss, her or me, her or me. I won't work with her, period. I will, if she is here tomorrow, I will leave. And she was not there the next day. I got picked, not because the part I was liked. I got picked because I was a hard worker and I'd been there for 5 years. I've been there for 5 years and I was never sick and I was never late and I was there every night. And so I got picked for being the better worker. Yeah, I have really horrible dreams too. Uh, Catitude, I wish I didn't remember my dreams. Um, because I still have nightmares about my ex-husband, and I'm like, I've tried to put him out of my mind. Yeah, he's still there. I still have these horrible nightmares about he's coming to hurt me again, and I wish I didn't have those because those are the most disturbing ones. Let's see. Ooh, big truck. Oh, you can tell your dream here. I think we're all over 18 here, Mr. Sonny. No children here. Occasionally, I get a child in chat or a younger person. Occasionally, but not that often. And I really don't know what to do with a child. And children make me uncomfortable. I don't know how to behave around children. That's just me. But, I do not get very many. Uh, so that's a good thing that I don't get many children. Moo is definitely comfortable over there, y'all. Look at Moo resting. Now, the watering hole does need to be filled up, but I'm waiting for the rain tonight so I can do it for free. Well, hello, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for being here this evening. Yeah, Catitude, I'm uncomfortable with children, most children. I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, Catitude, but for the most part, I don't know what to do with children. Um, just don't know. No, Judy, you cannot pay me enough to do your job, Judy. Oh, thank you, Nancy. You know, my flowers never get views. Let's walk and look at some flowers. The cats are just laying there. Let's walk, y'all. We're walking. Yes, they make me nervous too, Catitude. Children make me very nervous. Okay, this one I'm going to have to pull down. This one I did do a short of, y'all. But anyway, it's way up here. Yeah, I'm getting it here. I finally got... It's much darker than this, y'all. I've been waiting all summer for my favorite crepe myrtle to bloom. Well, thank you, Michelle. You're so sweet. Thank you all for being here. I was having a crappy day. This is actually a deep, deep saturated color, and I've waited all summer for it. And it's just this one stick on this whole tree. One stem, the whole tree, blooming. They say if you cut them back really hard, they will bloom more. Hey, it's Maya! Hey, Maya Rose. Thank you for being here. I have this up here, up there. Oh, you can barely see it. It's a paler lavender. I love them, DL. Um, there are one of the few things that will bloom here in this heat. It's one of the few flowers I get to see in the summer. And bring this in. You see, this is much lighter. And of course I have the pink, a pink one. And well, this rose of Sharon was blooming, but it's about withered. Anyway. Uh-oh, Locket, you're too close to the road. Come on, Locket. Let's go back to the house. Come on. And we had enough rain. The gardenias are blooming. Or few. They're not doing it like they do in spring. But I do have gardenias. And so there's not much that blooms here in the summer. And I can't blame it. It's like an oven here. Baking. I wouldn't want to bloom either. Well, thank you for the hug, Michelle. I appreciate that. Here's Minnie Moo. Hey, Minnie Moo. Say hello to everyone. Hey, Minnie Moo. Hey, 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 hey there. Hey, hey, Minnie Moo. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Cats. Gonna play with the tail. Let's see who we have here. We have Ethereal. There's Locket under the chair. And then we have Princess. Here's Sinfandel. One of the noirs on the car. And because we had the unusual amount of rain, my azaleas are reblooming. Which is a nice treat. And here's the other noir. Can't get close to them though. Let's try. Let's see how close I can get. I'm gonna reach out my hand. No, never mind. Never mind. It's a big no. It's a big no. Not gonna happen for me, but I keep trying. Yeah, Minnie Moo is a sweetie, Judy. She is just so friendly. But Miracle hates her. Miracle attacked Minnie Moo. She didn't know to run from Miracle. When Miracle went out for his walk, you know, the other cats, they see Miracle and they're just like, no, not Miracle. He's a bully. And they all know to run from Miracle. And, well, Minnie Moo didn't. And he got her. I was so angry. I said, Miracle. Oh, well, that was nice, DL. That was a nice gift. We got Princess going over there. Princess loves climbing this tree. If y'all saw the video I did of the cats in the foggy morning, a few of you did watch that video, Cats on a Foggy Morning. This is the tree that Princess was climbing. And it was so foggy. I thought I liked the fog. I know a lot of people don't like the fog. But I found it pretty and it was interesting and it was different. Oh, she's chasing something. So for those of you who did see that video, it was her, that Princess. She's a big climber and she was in this tree right here. But I was looking at the crepe myrtle. I love that crepe myrtle. And all these other crepe myrtles that we have, the pink, well, we found the pink one. The pink crepe myrtle was actually found growing on the side of the road. And my mother saw it. I mean, we're talking about 30-something years ago. She's like, that looks like a crepe myrtle out there. She says, let's go get a shovel. I'm not making this up. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and they spread easily by seeds. And we went and got a shovel, and my mother dug up this crepe myrtle on the side of the road, the pink one. And she put it in the backyard, and it is still blooming. Now, the other one she has, somebody gave some to her because they're easy to transplant. But that one, the one that I was so excited about that I made the crepe myrtle that I made the video about, was actually purchased back when I had money to purchase something because I saw it at Walmart and I said, oh, I got to have that. Of course, I can't do that anymore, but when I was able to do that, it did give me some nice plants to look at now. And she's always was doing that. She used to go to DL. She used to go to old house places where nobody lived. Old places out in the country where people didn't live there anymore. And dig up daffodils. Because all the old home places had daffodils. You know, they'd come up over and over every year. And she would go, if she knew where her old house place was, she'd wait for spring to see if there was any daffodils blooming. And she'd stop and she'd dig them up. She's probably stealing, but she did it. Well, for some things, Maya, a lot of things won't grow here, Maya. It's actually too hot, like peonies. Peonies will not grow here. Poppies won't grow here. Lots of flowers that I've seen in catalogs will not bloom in our zone. It's just too warm. Now, they don't say that about dahlias, but I got some dahlias and they did not do great here. They one bloomed, but then it passed away, and the rest of them just died. So I mean it, and there's a lilacs. Lilacs will not bloom here. Um, Way too hot for them. I knew a woman who worked at Walmart and said she lived in Idaho and had all kinds of lilacs and loved them, and that she missed that we couldn't have them here. So yeah, some things won't live here. And we got our snuggle session going back on. It's ethereal, snuggling. He's watching the other cats out there. They're all, looks like they're looking for something out there. See, there's Kazera. She's thinking, looking. Yes, Maya, this cat comes and gets in my lap every evening after he eats. Without fail, Maya, this one has to snuggle every evening. Here comes a loud vehicle. Well, that's just unnecessary. I am bothered by the loud vehicles, but there is nothing that I could do about that. Ooh, pizza. Well, that sounds good, Michelle. I don't even remember the last time I've had pizza. I would love some pizza, but I won't be getting any anytime soon. Well, hello. I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to try to say this name right. Okay, hold on. Consiglia? Consiglia? I think, doesn't Adam just call you Connie? Thank you for being here, Consiglia. Thank you so much. So nice to see you here this evening. Thanks for joining us. Oh, that sounds good, John. I haven't had catfish in a while. And I used to see it all day, every night, all night long. Okay, I can call you Connie. Okay. I was giving it my best, Connie. Thanks for being here. Welcome. So nice to see you. Oh, I got Connie. I'm going to give you a wrench because I know you and you've been commenting on my videos. I have been seeing you there. So here's a wrench for you, Connie. So if there's somebody here, Connie, you don't know, you can go check them out. There's a lot of great channels here, Connie, so you could go check them out if there's somebody here you don't know. For those of y'all who do not know, I worked in a seafood restaurant that the main focus was catfish. And I lived on the catfish farm. A little FYI trivia about old Tranquil. Tranquil lived on a catfish farm and worked in the restaurant where the catfish was served, and worked in the kitchen. Serving set, well, I didn't serve them, I plated up. I was an expediter. Yeah, I lived on the farm where the fish were raised, Maya, and then the restaurant was on the catfish farm. So that was kind of the selling point of the restaurant. You can see the ponds where the catfish come from. That you knew where your fish was coming from. Which nobody else was doing that. That was the whole thing. You could go out to the country, go have a freshly cooked meal, and you knew it was fresh because the fish came from right there. And that was sort of the selling point of the restaurant. And I loved it. It was one of the best parts of my life. It really was. It was like one of the just about the highlight of my life. Um, I found a picture of me when I worked there, digging through some stuff, and it was a bigger. My husband had this picture blown up. He liked this picture of me, and I was wearing a really pretty silky lavender shirt, and the doors that went in and out of the kitchen. I was standing in front of those doors, and I was digging through some stuff, and I found that picture, and I got a magnet, and it's on the refrigerator now. I just found it, and I'm like, oh my God, look, I'm there. That was my favorite place, and it's like a 5x7 or something, and so I've got a picture of me from all those years ago where I worked, and it's up on the refrigerator right now. He did take the picture, Maya. He took. I'm pretty sure he did take the picture. Or it could have been my mother, but it might have been him, because my mother was probably busy working. And but I really, I'm like, I love the picture. I'm like, oh, it just brought back good memories of one of the best times in my life. Yeah, and I looked good in it, Chris. I looked cute. I was like, oh my God, I had it going on back then. Goodness. And as you know, it's like I was young and I hated the way I looked. I thought, oh God, I'm hideous. And I look at it now and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I thought I looked bad. I'm like, I was just so critical of myself. And I look at it now and I'm like, oh my God, look how I look good. And of course, that was all a very, 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 that was 30 something years ago. Because I'm old. I'm old, y'all. I'm really old. That was over, that was like 35 years ago. I was in my teens, late teens. You know, Connie, I don't mind being old though. I don't, it doesn't bother me because I still feel good. Um, Now if I was old like my mother, that would bother me. But the thing about my mother is she doesn't know um, what's going on. She has no idea. Let me tell y'all something amazing about my mother, y'all. This is something happened today and it's amazing. She came out of her bedroom this morning with a photo in her hand. And she put it on the arm of her chair. She kept looking at the photo. And it was of her niece when she was maybe 2 years old. And I said, Mama, do you know who's in that picture? And she said, yes. And she said her name. And my mother knew who the little girl in the picture was. I was amazed. I'm like, Riz, you're right. You're right. My mother, the fog of whatever is going on in her mind. I feel great. Oh, we got something going. Cats, they're tussling back here. Yeah, I was shocked that her dementia is getting worse. Seems like every day. She's in the paper eating phase. Yes, paper is a tasty treat. But so she just sort of sits there with her head hung over, and I said, "Do you know who this is in the picture?" And she knew that, but she loved that little girl so much, and that little girl won't come see her at all. That little girl, grown woman, lives maybe 2 miles away. Will not come and see her. That's fine. That's okay. She probably wouldn't remember her now. She could probably see her now and not know who she is now. It's probably the memory of her as a little girl. It's probably that she's looking at it and like she remembers her, the little girl, but wouldn't remember uh, her now as a woman in her 40s. She would look at her now and say, I don't know who that is. Um, yeah, and my mother took her in when her mother, this girl's mother, kicked her out of the house, and my mother took her in, and she lived here with my mother when she was a teenager, 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years she lived here, and the only reason I get my own bathroom now is because that girl used to live here, and the bathroom was plumbed in for her niece, my cousin, to have her own bathroom. And so they could each have their own bathroom, which now means I get my own bathroom. I don't have to share with my mother. And but you know, most other things though, Catitude, she doesn't remember from way back. That's what was so weird about it, that she doesn't remember other things from way back. Because I will try to ask her, hey, what about this? What about that? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So that's what was so amazing to me, that she did remember the little girl in the picture, that like two. She was in one of those cribs you stand up in. I know nothing about children. However old you are, to stand up in your baby bed, hold on to the railings. I don't know anything about kids. uh, this is ethereal, Judy. He was in my lap. I moved around too much, and cats do not like it when you move. You can tell it's ethereal because by the little white spot on his nose. That tiny little wisp of white. That's how you know it's ethereal. And he has one little gray toe on his little white mittens. And he's very sweet and affectionate. Aren't you, baby? Yeah, he's a sweetie. He's a kitty. He's just a good boy. I was moving too much for him. Maya, excellent question. I do love it when people ask questions, by the way. I thought his nose spot was just an ethereal spot. It was just like a wisp. It was very ethereal. Just, it's something that made him stand apart, but it's so faint. It's not even solid. It's just like a little ethereal wisp of white. And I like the way it sounds. Ethereal. Ethereal. It's Adam. Hey, Adam, thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Doesn't look like we're going to get a nice sunset this evening. It's way too cloudy because we do have the imminent rain coming. Hopefully we get it. I am looking forward to it. Supposed to get here this evening. I hope we do get it. We'll just focus on him lounging here. I'm going to look at the radar and see how close the rain. Connie, I am in Louisiana, North Louisiana, not the southern part that everybody thinks of when they think of Well, thank you for being here, Mr. Sonny. It's so nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it so much. Yes, anybody who has questions, always feel free to ask. I love answering questions. So thank you for asking where I'm from. Louisiana, the northern part of Louisiana. Just below Interstate 20. If you look at a picture of Louisiana and you see the interstate running across it, below that. Well, I don't see it on the radar. Oh, okay, it's way over there at. I'll show you. I don't know where I'm at. The blue dot. I'm finding me from the blue dot, but that's where I'm at. The blue dot. So it won't be getting here till late tonight. So anyway, y'all can come stalk me now. Nobody around here knows my name. So even if you knew my name and you were to stop and say, hey, I'm looking for Jackie Joe Johnson. No, my name is not Jackie Joe Johnson. But if y'all were to go and ask, they'd say, we're sorry. We don't know anybody by that name. So I am impossible to track down. Oh, thank you for saying that, Mr. Sonny. Yes, the like button does push more people in. So who are you? Hey, there is somebody on here who has my address. There is a person on here right now who has. There's two people on here who has my address. Two people, and I can't say who they are because they told me not to tell. But there's two people in this chat right now who actually have my address. Sent me something in the mail. Well, okay, I can say this. One of them is National Park Princess because she sent me gifts from Oregon. National Park Princess, or as DL, she went to Oregon last year and she knows that I'm obsessed with Oregon. And she did send me a gift from Oregon with a beautiful mug in it. And I have my coffee in it every morning. I wasn't going to use it. I was just going to look at it, and DL said, go ahead and drink from it. So after about 6 months, I said, I'm going to enjoy it and look at it. And some jam from Oregon berries and some coffee. And I loved the coffee. And, yeah, and the other person sent me something. I won't say who they are because they said, don't tell. So anyway. Yeah, John knows me. John knows me. But he doesn't know my address. John does not know my address. Favorite flower? It might be irises. I might be slightly addicted to irises. Very addicted to irises. Very, very addicted. Very, very addicted to them. For those of you who don't know, some of you people are new here. If y'all go back and look at some of my videos from spring, I collect irises. And, oh, my favorite book, To Kill a Mockingbird. Love the book. And love the movie. Love the book, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's an old one, I know. Black. Black is my favorite color. Almost tied with purple. Well, thank you, DL. I love seeing your, oh, how many inside cats I have? 11, Connie. I have 11 inside cats. Tuxie, Bijoko, Miracle, Solisa, Serena, Haven, Mistiera, Epiphany, Elysian, Savora, and Orana. Oh, 12. I'm forgetting my wobbly kitten. The wobbly kitten has a name. Yeah, I'm saving it for a secret post, but wobbly kitten does have a name. 12. I always forget wobbly kitten. Almost all my clothes are black. And but the wobbly kitten, I'm going to make a whole announcement of her name. And no, she is not standing up any better. Now John knows my name, and he knows my phone number, but he doesn't know my address. Well, see if you can figure it out, John. Because it's not my name, it's my mother's name. You'd have to know my mother's name. Yes, Catitude, I have a very wobbly kitten. Yeah, several of you do have my phone number. Let's see, Michelle. I've talked to Michelle. Rosemary, DL, John, and Bruce. Well, see, but you know, Rosemary would tell you, John, because I know you and Rosemary talk. So. Have I ever watched? No, I don't think so. Catitude. That must be a wobbly cat. I did watch another one called Willy Wonka, but Willy Wonka has passed away. Mr. Sonny. Yeah, most of my clothes are black, Catitude, and my mother, I was missing a pair of pants, and my mother says, "How can you tell? It's all black. How do you know when your pants are missing?" Yes, Willy Wonka passed over a year ago. I did watch him. Yeah, my wobbly kitten cannot. If you go back, you'd have to go way back to May to see my wobbly kitten in a short. She does nothing but roll over, but she's learned to lean against the wall. Oh my God, John's coming. No, John's coming to get me. I'll have to hide. She does figure out how to get up onto things. She'll climb up onto a chair. She really utilizes her claws, and she'll climb up onto a chair and then over to a desk. She's really amazing at the places she can get to. It is amazing the things this wobbly kitten can do. Well, thank you, Maya. I do try to be kind of creative with my cat names, except for Tuxie, my oldest cat. But I was not going to keep Tuxie. But he won me over. I bought him in when I had him neutered. And he won me over, so I could not get rid of him. I couldn't put him back outside. I'll find that video of the wobbly kitten. It's gotten like 16,000 views, my wobbly kitten has. I got to go way back, y'all. Just bear with me. I got to go through my thousands of shorts. Yes, I know I overpost on shorts, but I love them. I've been criticized by many other creators for my overposting of shorts. Adam, I think, is one of them. Yes, I do like questions. Keep asking them while I'm looking for the video. Well, thank you for being here, DL. Let's see if I can find the video of the wobbly kitten. I I got some sort of comment, and I was scrolling back, and had no idea that this video from May had gotten 16,000 views. And I was like, oh my God, 16,000 people watched it. I think I went past it. It's near the daylily videos. That's azaleas, irises. Miracle in a tree. Come on, wobbly kitten. I know you're in here. Have I passed it? Wobbly kitten. Okay, I know it's near that. I'm getting close to it. Here it is. Okay, everyone, here is my wobbly kitten. Hey, it's Bailey. Hey, Bailey. All right. Here we go. This is Wobbly Kitten. Look here. Okay, there she is, everyone. This is before I bought her in. See, she just rolls. That video actually ended up getting like 16,000 views. And I didn't even know it. I went back and was looking at it. And, but anyway, she's inside now, and I have not announced her name yet. I will be doing that when I think of it. Yes, it's CH, or Wobbly Kitten Syndrome. Let me turn on my flash. There we go. We see ethereal better. Oh, it says there's 20 here, and I've actually gotten 22 likes. Thank y'all for the 22 likes. Thanks you for 20 people being here. I appreciate it. I needed to be cheered up, and thank you all for helping cheer me up. If anyone has any more questions, ask away. I love questions, even offensive ones. Hey, I don't have to answer the question if I don't want to. Yes, I usually didn't start streaming until after 7, Maya. But because of the time change, I've started streaming earlier and earlier. And streaming did become a problem for me during the wintertime. I was having to start streaming like 5, and many people were still at work. Oh, Bailey, what kind of job did you get? I would love to have a job. I'm one of those weird, freak show people who enjoys working. Most people work and hate it, but they do it because they have to. I loved almost every job I ever had. Oh, well, good, Bailey. Good. I loved working in the kitchen. That was my favorite job, and I was very good at it. And I owned rental property, and I did not like that. Okay, I owned rental property. Was not for me. Was not for me. Oh, did I miss the questions? Judy. Ask again. I'm looking at the phone again. I'm back at my phone. Anyway, I do love it when people ask questions. And I loved the custom framing. I loved custom framing. Now, but to be fair, I haven't had a lot of jobs. You know, I did one thing for many, many years. What did Connie ask? Let me scroll back and see what Connie, what did you ask? Oh, okay, Connie. I see. Okay, Connie wants to know how the outside kitties stay warm in the winter. Well, we don't have a lot of cold weather here, Connie. But there's an abandoned mobile home over here. Let me show y'all. If y'all can sit behind them trees, they get in that insulation and live in there. I did make them a shelter, Connie. They did not get in it. We did have some really cold weather last year, Connie, and they did not get in it. And it's Renee. Hello, Renee. Thank you for being here this evening. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for being here, Renee. Hope you're doing well. Oh, my favorite food. What? Does chocolate count? But cheesecake, chocolate, the naughty, naughty things. No, Catitude, you will never get to see the inside of my house, unfortunately. I have made some, if you go back, if you look at my playlist, Catitude, I do have a playlist of cats in the window. And you can see the window, and that window is above my bed. And that's as close as you're going to, most of the videos are made in my bed. So if you do see a inside video, it's in my bed or in the window above my bed. Let me find that playlist. And the cats like to get in that window and get the fresh morning air. Well, I don't see it. I see Rescue Kitty, Wildlife Haven, Shopping, Cat Celebrations, Elysian. Cats looking out of the window. Okay. This whole playlist is the only time you will see the inside of my house. With that playlist right there. Let me turn off this flash for that. Yeah, so it's making a glare. Yeah, it's called on my playlist, Cats Looking Out of the Window. And they all line up there in the morning and look out. And that's the only time. There's a few where I've made videos of them on the bed. But that's about it. I'm not fond of the house, but it's better than nothing. Chris, thank you so much. I have thought about it, Chris. I do have quite a collection of cat-themed items. Blankets. I have a lot of cat blankets. I have cat dishes, cat art, cat figurines. So I just thought about making an entire video of all my cat things and just lining them up in the field. Like all the blankets lined up and all the mugs. I think I have 63 mugs. I have a whole set of dishes with cats. Lots of cat art, lots of cat themed items. I collected cat things. Yes, Chris, Bailey is a good friend of Cat Friends. I have known her for a long time. Yes, everyone, go check out each other's channels. Yeah, there's a whole story about how this house came to be. It's very long and involved, Maya. It's about when my parents divorced. And my mother got this place just for storage because she thought she was going to get a large divorce settlement. In her mind, she was getting a large divorce settlement and was going to buy another home. And it did not happen, and she got stuck with what, you know, Connie, here in Louisiana, we only have a few days it gets very cold. And I did build a shelter for them last year, Connie. And I put their treats in front of it, special canned food, lots of nice clothes. They would have nothing to do with it. Cat items for many, 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 many years. I have a cat toothbrush holder, cat towels, but I lost them in the move. But I know I brought my towels with me. Those cat towels are in that shed somewhere. Just like my social security card. It's like I got the watch hours demonetized, but I don't know my damn social security number. And so anyway, but no, for many years I collected cat items. Nothing recently because this old girl ain't got no money, y'all. But yes, I do. I appreciate all the subs I have. Um, Even if they come and they don't never watch, at least it's a sub. A sub is a sub. I appreciate that they thought enough to hit the like button. But no, I could feel that filled up with cat stuff. I have all kinds of cat prints that I never framed. Well, hello, Reese and Milo. Hi. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. Just talking about the cat things. Well, Catitude, I know you heard me mention that I am a full-time caregiver. I make zero, Catitude, zero, not one penny. That's it. But no, I do have quite the cat collection. I didn't know if anybody actually. And I know cat people might. But I collected cat things for 30 years, maybe. But I haven't gotten anything recently. It's been years. I did 2 years ago. I bought a Halloween blanket that had some black cats on it, and I got it after Halloween for like $5, and that's you know. But people used to also buy me cat things. Like everybody knew I liked cats, so for like Christmas and birthday, I always got cat things. What happens? Something Adam was talking about Venom, and he hates confrontation. Something happened to Adam. I was looking out in the distance. But no, I was watching Cats, but he comes on Sydney Cat's stream and he whines about YouTube and people don't like me and I'm gonna quit YouTube. Wah wah wah. And if you've ever watched Sydney's Cat's live stream, he comes on there all the time whining about YouTube. Nobody makes you do YouTube. Nobody's holding a gun to your head saying do YouTube. You don't like it, YouTube upsets you. Don't go on it. Don't have a channel. Don't do a live stream. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Adam. I think that they are pathetic if they don't have anything better to do than to send you a hateful email. That says a lot about them. But so there's this. He comes on the Sydney Cat's live stream all the time. He's like, "I'm going to break my phone." What if you're having trouble with getting subscribers on YouTube? Breaking your phone won't get you more subscribers. Uh, they're like, I'm going to quit YouTube. You'll never see me again. Wah, wah, wah. And I'm like, but before I started YouTube, I watched YouTube for years. Years I watched YouTube. And I would read comments. I find people's comments very interesting on a variety of videos. A variety of videos. Like camping videos, travel videos. I love travel videos, cooking videos, um, gardening videos, ASMR videos. And I would read the hateful comments and cat videos. I would read the hateful comments that people would leave, or just weird, bizarre comments that people would read on for these people. And so I knew that that was a part of doing YouTube, that was going to be a huge part of doing YouTube, was trolls and weird people, comments, because everybody's got an opinion, and you're not always going to be everybody's cup of tea. So I made up my mind before I'd even did it. Girl, prepare yourself for hate. I think I know who you're talking about, Adam. Do they have a very big cat channel? Adam, do they have a very big cat channel and you've had a situation with them before? I think if it is, I know who you're talking about, Adam. So anyway, I said, you know what? Before I ever posted a video, I said, you know what? Sit there and just, you could get some hateful comments. And so I was ready for it before I ever started. And most of them I get is that they don't like seeing Miracle on a harness. I've got 99% of my hate comments have been on a cat and stuff like that. All I've ever got. Um, Adam, I think I know who you are talking about. Maybe it's a large cat channel that grew very quickly, very, very quickly. Oh, someone else. Because I know you did have a little scrap with this one person who had a cat channel that grew very, very, very quickly, and but it's somebody else. I won't say who she is. Do they have a cat channel, Adam? Let's. So that's most of my hate has become because I put a harness on Miracle, and if Miracle didn't like that harness, uh, he wouldn't let me put it on him. Miracle would tear me up. Yeah, Renee, you can have like little snarkiness, things like that. Yeah, Connie, Miracle likes to wear the harness. I rattle it. I pick up that harness and shake it. He comes running. So Connie and everyone else here, if Miracle didn't like the harness, would he come running when he hears me rattling it? You know. Uh, Adam, is it someone John knows? Someone that John warned us about, who no longer comes to your live streams. If it is, I know who you're talking. I think. I think Rosemary would know. It's somebody John knows. Yeah, Maya. Let's just read what Maya's saying. Because she said some really mean things to John. And I've seen her. Well, this if it's the same person, I saw them in Adam's live stream, and Adam didn't answer her question quickly enough. And she said, "Well, I guess Adam is just going to ignore me and not answer my question. And if you don't want to answer me, that's okay." And I'm like, uh, when sometimes when you're doing a live stream, you can miss things in chat because sometimes you're looking. I'm looking at a cat. You're looking at something else. Okay, we all know. For those who know, yes, it was easy to know that it was if we were talking about somebody that John knew. Okay, exactly. That's who I was thinking it was. Yeah, John had a huge problem with her. She seemed nice. Unfortunately, she must have some sort of issues that other issues. I've seen somebody else, John, with a name similar to that coming to my channel. I'll have to see what their name is. It's OG! Hi, OG! Hi, OG. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know why she would write you a nasty email, Adam. What are you've done nothing to anyone, Adam. You're just helping cats. Who could take fault with that? Yeah, I'm having somebody named Elizabeth coming into. Of course, there's a billion people named Elizabeth. I have to see what their last name is. That has left a few comments. Well, thank you, OG. I have cut back on live streaming because um, I've been in a bad place, OG, and I thought, well, I don't want to get out here and cry. I've cried on enough live streams. Yeah, I thought Ethereal left, Judy. Judy, Ethereal went somewhere else. All the cats went somewhere else. So we'll just look at the $3 hummingbird. So I thought, well, if I'm in a bad place, I don't need to be out there live streaming and start to cry because I've done it more than once. So I try not to do it anymore. I just want to spread cheer, joy, and peacefulness. You know, just the cats, the flowers, the whatever. I mean, yeah, John, she is a sad person. I wish her no ill will. She seems to have been a very nice person, John. Uh oh, somebody's coming to see me. It's Kaizera. It's Lettercat. Hey, Kai. Well, nobody can say that you do not take care of your cats, Adam. No. Nobody can say that. Um, it's this is just a person who's troubled and they like to lash out at people for no good reason. And I learned when you come across someone who is very troubled, don't pay attention to what they say. Yeah, Judy, she's a troubled person. Oh, I've never seen that movie. I don't see many hummingbirds in person anymore. I've seen a couple this year. I'm not seeing many butterflies or hummingbirds. And I, I'm not seeing those things anymore. And I put out flowers that to bloom that they would be attracted to. And they're just not coming. I don't know what's the deal with the hummingbirds are anymore. Let's walk and look at some cats in the dark. Thank God for flashing lights on the phone. Okay, here's Kaizara, everyone. Kai Kai. Well, Adam, I used to people not liking me because my parents did not like me. Neither of my parents liked me, Adam. My husband wasn't wild about me either. Here's Minnie Moo. So I had to get used to people not liking me from a very early age. From not living up to what people wanted me to be. No matter how hard I tried, I was not going to do it. I was never going to make everybody happy. Hey, there's Minnie Moo. Hey, Minnie Moo. Hey. You know, though, y'all, that Karma or Elizabeth can always close down everything and come back with a different name. Yeah, the catitude, that's what I've always said. I got my cats, I got my flowers, and that's all that matters. Here's little Zinfandel, and there's Ethereal. Minnie Moo has to follow me everywhere, y'all. Look. Well, thank you, Maya. That's so kind. I found my people, though, the cat people. YouTube has helped me find my people. Hey, it's Bobby. Hey, Bobby, I know you. I used to see you on my videos a long time ago. Hey, Bobby. Thanks for being here. Everyone, welcome Bobby. Hey, there's a cat fight. Hey, hey. Lock it. Lock it. No. Lock it. No. People here on YouTube. I stick out here like a sore thumb and literally stick out around like a sore thumb. I do not fit in with anybody here. And yeah, sometimes Lockett can be a bully, Rosemary. And sometimes he attacks Ethereal or Moo. He's just a bully. Miracle's a bully. To be fair, Miracle is a bully. He gets outside. He chased Edo today. We were sitting out in the field watching the birds. Everything was fine. He saw Edo. Off they go. Miracle is a bully. Tranquil favorite game as a child. You know, Adam, I wasn't even a game person as a child, Adam. I was a very unusual child. I've never been a games person. I was the weirdest kid y'all would have ever met. Very weird. I could not get into games ever. Think they're all out here lounging. Yeah, I do not fit in around here. I don't even like cats. And me and John were talking on the phone the other day, and I was talking about Oregon, and John says, I don't think you'll like Oregon. I think you want to, if you went there, you would want to come home. You'd move to Oregon, you'd want to come back. And I'm like, there's nothing here for me to come back to. I don't have friends. My only family is my mother, who is probably not going to be here much longer. I've sort of, came to reality about, you know, we're getting to the end of this situation, maybe. And I don't have anything here. Um, yeah, Judy, I have considered that. I was going to get an RV for them to ride in. So Judy, I had it planned. Um, an RV that they could all ride in. I wouldn't have to stop for hotels or food. Look at Minnie Moo. Look at her. I have a plan. If y'all ever learn anything about, I am a plan and itinerarize person. Adam, she's eating odd things, and I have to watch her and say, "Don't eat that." I gotta try to keep things away from her. Uh, it, it's continually getting worse and worse and worse. She still knows me. I know at the end they won't know you. She still knows me. She can still feed herself. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And so she still has a good appetite. She's hungry all the time. She knows who I am, and that's a good sign. But I say, uh, you know, I do know a woman down the road, and she helped me out when I needed some help. But she's doing that out of Christianity, being a nice person. I don't know if it's for me personally. I don't have any reason to be here after my mother is gone. We got Kaizera in the chair over there. Look at Kai. Okay. Yes, Connie, that is John. His name is John. So, I don't like it here. I'm uncomfortable here. I'm miserable 10 months out of the year for the most part. I don't have any friends here. Um, I don't see a reason to stay other than I like my woods. I like the privacy of my woods. Yeah, other than the cats. But I was going to, take the cats with me. Here's Minnie Moo. Minnie Moo. Minnie Moo is turning out to be a great companion. A very good companion. Here's Ethereal back. Some cats are just friendlier than others, like Moo, for instance, the big original Moo. I can't get anywhere near him. But Minnie Moo loves me. So, go figure. Yeah, but John says, "Oh, I don't think you'd like Oregon. I think you want to come home." But this does not feel like home. Uh, so I don't. What would I be missing? I wouldn't miss the humidity. I wouldn't miss the people who sneer at me when I tell them I have cats and no children and da 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 da. I like cold weather, Connie. I was thinking about years ago, thinking about moving to Canada because I have studied up on Canada and thought it seems like a great place, Connie. Thank you, OG. I needed a laugh. I had such a crappy day. I needed a laugh. Thank you, OG. That's right up my alley of inappropriate humor. Inappropriate humor. Thank you. I needed that. Ugh. Niagara Falls sounds very pretty. It sounds like a great place to be. It's kind of like, I guess it's that situation where the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Um, of course, I've never lived anywhere else. That's the problem, y'all. I've never lived anywhere except for North Louisiana. Like right now, I'm living further away from where I was born than ever. Um, oh, not the area. The area itself is not pretty. Huh, Maya? You would think that it would be, the whole area would be nice because of the tourists. Hey, it's Katie! Hey, Katie! Thank you for being here this evening. It's so nice to see you. Oh, it's nice to see you, Katie. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Now, it's cold where Katie lives. Katie lives in Minnesota. So, it's cold where Katie lives too. Gets cold there. I was born in a little town called Farmerville. Y'all can Google it. Farmerville, in the very northern part of North Louisiana, about 60 miles from here. And then I lived no more than 14 miles away from that town until I moved here. And but the last place I lived at my house. I lived there 28 years in my house. And I miss it every day. I miss my house so much. I had to come here to take care of my mother. That's why I'm here. I'm not here because I want to be. I am here because I have to be. I'm not here by choice. I'm here because um, I have to be here. So, but here is better where I did live because I had horrible neighbors where I did live. I had horrible neighbors where I lived. They bothered me all the time, and now I live where I only have one person who bothered me once. That I was only bothered by them once. And if any of y'all remember the Easter, right before Easter, a lot of you are new here, but John probably remembers because I called John in tears. Remember the person who called the police, John? Oh my God. Uh, that's the only time I've had an issue with neighbors here. Oh my God. I was so upset about that. But other than that, I'm not bothered by anybody here. Oh, yeah, Katie, this is ethereal. He likes to sit in chairs. Oh, I see some pretty clouds back there. Well, thank you for being here, OG. And thank you for making me laugh. And yes, thank you for saying smash the like. It does help. Thank you, OG, for making me laugh. I need a laugh. I do have inappropriate humor. And you have a great evening, OG. And thank you all for being here. I wasn't going to do it live this evening, and I just got to thinking, maybe I need to talk to someone. Maybe I need somebody to take my mind off of my situation, you know? And thank you all. I really appreciate it. And, as you know, Katie, I was talking about my best friend was from Minnesota, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And she was always going to take me there. It was always a dream of hers to take me to Minnesota. Well, thank you, Connie, for being here this evening. I'm about to go too. I am being swarmed by mosquitoes. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Connie. And Connie, thank you for all your kind comments. Yeah, last week was the anniversary of her death, Katie. It was her and my cat. They all happened to die on the same day. Not the same year, but August the 26th, I lost my best friend, who was the only person who was ever really kind to me in my life, and my very first cat I ever had, who lived to be 20, died on August the 26th. And my cat Ori died 5 years ago, August the 26th. So August the 26th has just been an awful day for me. Really awful. And so I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't do a live. I'm feeling kind of down. And I thought, well, maybe it might be just the thing I need. It might be just the thing to take my mind off of what's going on. Yeah, Katie, I had met her when I was a little girl, and she had no children. She worked for my father. And earlier we were talking about servers. I asked a server question, Katie, because she was a server. She did hardly most of her life. She was a waitress, and there was somebody made a video making fun of servers, and I was asking, should I say anything? And she had no children, and she was worked for my father. And I was a little girl. I was shy and awkward. Let's walk, y'all. I'm gonna go look at the sky. I'm walking. Shy, awkward little girl, and she just treated me like an adult. Took me places. Took me to my first Chinese restaurant. The first time I ever went to a veterinarian, I went with her. She just opened up my world to so many things. And she was the most important person in my life. And there was no blood relations. And everybody says, she was so much fun. She would see I was down, and she would take me places and do things, the stories I could tell. And she would tell everybody I was her daughter. Oh, no, lock it. No, lock it. No. She would tell everybody I was her daughter. And she was just, and we would do day drinking, even though it's inappropriate to say day drinking. But we had the best time. She was just so much fun. I thought I saw some pretty clouds and here. You can't see it though. I walked back here for nothing. And yeah, sometimes I think, yeah, you come for the cats, Adam. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes it's just people get in chat and they're doing their own thing in chat. Katie. And we would go shopping, we would always do lunch. She would always have to do a different restaurant every time. Never fast food. It was always a restaurant where we would sit down and be served. And always a nice restaurant. And take me places I'd never been. And just opened up my whole world in the way that my parents never did. She was the most influential person in my life. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. Yeah, I think John. Yeah, people might the cats. I think it's people get into the chat and they know. Um, it's here's a tiny kitten nursing, y'all. Look. So yeah, it's a lot of it is just people getting together to hang out, and I don't get to hang out with anybody other than y'all. I am alone. My mother barely says a word except okay, 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 okay. No matter what I say, it's okay, okay. And I'm alone 99% of the time, other than y'all. And when I put into there, oh, I truly do appreciate all of y'all watching. And leave me a comment. I appreciate. I love reading your comments. And I'm having a crappy day, and one of y'all will leave a nice comment, and I'm like, oh, that is, just brightens my day. I'm like, oh, but I try to make videos that brighten people's day. Like I show the pretty sky and the flowers and a tranquil walk in the woods and Katie, the people are new. I've made a lot of new friends recently, Katie, and but a lot of people I've known for years, like John and Rosemary. I've known them for years. Well, Katie for Cat Billies is John, and then I've known both of them for years. Now Adam, which is the what is he calling himself now? Giving. Adam keeps changing his name. Yeah, the Giving Pals. Adam. I've probably known him for maybe 2.5 years. Well, Maya, I do. I'm happy to hear that. I have so many people who say I live in town and don't have woods to go to. Look at this cat in the bag. We got a cat in the bag, y'all. Y'all want some more food? They're hungry again, y'all. Within an hour, they're hungry again. You can't fill them up. You cannot fill them up. Yeah, I loved my house where I lived before, y'all. I loved my house. But I hated my neighbors. And I would have to look outside the window. Okay. Okay, Adam. We got another one's called something else, don't you? Something advocate? Or is that somebody else? And you have something else, don't you? I don't know. You got another channel sometimes you come and comment on. Don't you have something that cat advocate? And you said it was controversial and maybe we wouldn't want to watch it? Or do you still have that, Adam? Well, thank you, Katie. I try to make them calming. I try to like let there be the sound of the insects and the muse. And if there's not any nice nature sounds, I add a little bit of the music if I can. And um, you know what? They were full before. Look at how they're hungry again. I tell you, when I say you cannot fill up a cat, you can't. But no, where I lived before was horrible. I liked the house, but I would have to look outside to make sure they weren't in the yard. I'd go to the curtain and peek out and make sure I didn't see anybody sitting on the porch in the swing or out in the yard. Because I didn't want to see them. So I could just go, oh, okay. I know sometimes you would come on and as that live stream sometimes occasionally you say, oh no, wrong channel or something like that. Excuse me, I got a tickle. Excuse me. Mm. Yeah, Rosemary, they don't have a good choice of music, many varieties. So I feel like I'm using the same music over and over. They have a little thing where you can do it. Hey, sir. Yeah, I probably need to hydrate, Judy. I have water bottles in the freezer waiting on me. I always keep water bottles in the freezer, fill them about halfway, freeze them, and then put a little bit of water on top, and I have really nice ice cold water waiting on me. Because you know, I'm always saying, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. What you looking at, Kaka? Hey, Glare Bear. Hey, Glare Bear. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think I need my water. Even in winter, I still like my ice water. Like I say, it doesn't get that cold here, but I still want ice water even in the winter. It is still, even though the sun is going down, it is still like a sauna out here. It is like a oven. I feel like I'm baking in a oven where they put something in the water, like they put little cups in the water, ramekins, and they put the water in there so it'll steam. I watch a lot of America's Test Kitchen. Well, Glare Bear, um, good thing about hair, it always grows back. It always grows back, Glare Bear. A bad haircut, it grows back. Oh yeah, Renee. They always need feeding. This is the second feeding for these cats. I thought they were full. One of them tried to get in the big bag, so I put out some food, and they all come running over. Renee, you can't fill up a cat. They're constantly hungry. They'll make people think they're starving. Let me know if you. Okay, Adam. With all the stuff I got going on in my life, Adam, I never know. Um, uh, what's going on, and or how I'm going to feel. I think I have to be in the right frame of mind when I go live. But I probably won't go live tomorrow. I think Saturdays people got so many other things going on. I don't know. Yes, Renee. You feed them. Either you think you're done, and next thing you know, they're asking for more food. Now I just heard a cat disturbance behind me and growling. Well, isn't that lovely? Are you going doing your live tomorrow, Adam? I'm sure you are. Unless something comes up. That's the whole thing. I don't like, a lot of people put on a community post. I'll be going live this evening at 7, 6, whatever time. And I don't want to do that. Put out a post that I'm going live, and then something happens and I just fall apart and I'm a blithering mess, you know. Uh-oh. And I'm like not fit to do it. And so, I thought about putting out a post today. Oh, I'm going to go live, and that's what I'm afraid of. Life is going to happen. Something's going to happen, and I'm not going to feel like it or want to. And then everybody's going to be like, well, she just put on her community post. She was going live. Y'all need to break this up. Go away, Moo. Y'all behave. Crying at each other. At least try to be nice on a live stream, y'all. Here's a little bitty kitten there. Yeah, little baby. So, yeah, I just never know. I was kind of thinking I wanted to do it today, and I thought, no, I'm not. He was growling at Lockett. Him and Lockett were about to tie up Judy. Yep, Judy. Him and Moo and Lockett were about to have a cat-frontation. And I stepped in and Moo, because Moo runs away from me. Well, anyway, I am very thirsty, y'all. And I want my ice water. And I got to go check on my mother. Make sure she isn't eating pepper. I try to keep it away from her. Yes, Katie, take every word and try to put cat into it somehow. But thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate it. I do have some nice longer videos in the bank, so to speak, ready to post. The longer videos don't do as well, but I got some that are really nice. And everybody go check out Renee's channel, Rascal and Lucy. If y'all are unfamiliar with Rascal and Lucy, That's Renee. She has a great channel. She's been a friend of mine for a few years now. I highly suggest you go check out her channel. She's got a beautiful black kitty and a beautiful orange kitty. And she makes all these great stories and really creative videos. Where mine are just natural. Whatever happens, happens. And but I do have some longer videos coming up. I know people don't watch them as much, but you know, like today, the one I posted was very short of Miracle being unhappy about Minnie Moo. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Uh, I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. The new people that are here, and some of the people I've known for years. I appreciate each and every one of you. Your friendship and your views and your comments all mean so much to me. I love all of you so much. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye bye.